Well, hello everybody and happy Monday. ER Wolf here, joined by Guy Toole. We are with Elify and you are joining us for Elify Sprint Planning. So sprint planning is all about setting yourself up for success every week. Guy and I have already been well at work this morning cranking away on stuff. I know Guy's a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to carry things forward on this sprint planning call. He'll chime in a little bit here. But if you joined us on Friday with the founders, with Michael Ray and I, we talked a little bit about life by design and this wheel of life and meeting a full balance of that. And why this is important is, as you see in the title and the description for today's Elify Sprint Planning, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I think this is this reoccurring thing, guys. You need to put it down in writing. You need to have a clear vision of what you're trying to accomplish so that you can work on the elements that are going to give you forward progress into reaching that. And one of the things that we've talked about that's been a unifying theme for the last several weeks and even months is being relentlessly consistent. And so a lot of the times our big, long, what we would call a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal that we want to accomplish, something that might take us a year to accomplish, we really need to break it down into sizable chunks. Otherwise, that goal becomes so overwhelming that we end up sprinting forward maybe 1-2 weeks or months, and then we quit dead in the water. If we are relentlessly consistent about finding that 1, 2, 3, 4 items that we're going to be consistent on every day or a few times a week or every once a week or a few times a month, again, that's what all of this is about. And Guy, you and I had talked about this a lot. I know Michael Ray and I talked about this, and really how it relates to finding balance in your wheel of life. And that's really what living a life by design is. What is your life going to look like, and how are you going to make forward progress towards that? A lot of what we focus on with Elify's affiliate program is the financial aspect of the wheel of life. How much money do I want to be making? What's my residual income do I want to create? How am I going to have financial freedom that also brings in time freedom and location freedom that allows me to have the flexibility to dedicate time towards balancing out the rest of this wheel of life? Guys, we know that that is achievable through Elify's affiliate program, but there are certain activities that you want to be relentlessly consistent on doing each and every week so that you can make forward progress in your business. So let's talk about some of those activities as you sit down right now while you're listening to me and start working on your sprint planning. Let's think about events that Elify holds every week. These are one-time-a-week events. All of them are less than an hour. I think the longest one's about an hour if you're joining us for Friday with the Founders, which is a conversational collective that comes together and talks about best tips, tricks, and all of those things to really be successful. Guys, these events are things you can either plug into live, or at a minimum, you should be watching them in replay because there's such great stuff to be gained to help you get forward progress in achieving your goals. So let's talk about those. 1, Monday sprint planning. Again, this is your reminder. This is our reminder to you, and it helps us do it as well. Guy and I do it just before we get on with you. We talk about what is the game plan for today, this week, what are all these high priority items we need to accomplish and what we're focused on for the week so that we can make forward progress in our business. We recommend you do the same. So this is why we hold this Monday sprint planning. It's your reminder to say, let me get a plan for this week. I don't need to be overwhelmed by anything more than the next 7 days. And then I can get focused on right now, the day I have ahead of me. So Monday sprint planning, build your plan and then execute your plan. Tuesdays, training with Kathy. If you can allocate a little bit of time on your Tuesday, maybe to take an early lunch break, depending on the timing of this, to get on with Kathy and learn a little bit more about the technology. I can't tell you the amount of aha moments I hear from people when they're going through a training and they think, I've been using Shuffle this way. Aha, I can also do this, or I can also do this. Again, that's going to expand your knowledge base. 1, for your benefit on how you leverage Shuffle, but 2, for how you can position Shuffle to help and support other people, which is what the affiliate program is all about. So when you put Shuffle into practice in your own daily life, and you do those types of trainings, you're able to implement and help share it in other people's lives. And that's really why we have that weekly training. So participate in that. Again, it's maybe an hour's worth of time, 1 day a week. So we're not talking each and every day go through training, although there are videos and other things you can watch to immerse yourself in training if you need that. Additionally, on Wednesday nights, we do Edge training, mindset of a champion training with Edge Global. That's Michael, Ray, and Edwin. My goodness, guys, again, for anything, applying the mindset of a champion to any of the spokes on the wheel of life, whether that be your business and finances, whether it be your family or your personal or your physical, guys. This is all about leading a life of significance and a life by design. And they're going to talk about best tips, tricks, practices to really give you insight on things you can put into practice that are going to make a measurable difference. That's why we want you to participate in those. And that's why Guy and I have made a huge commitment with Michael and Edwin to make that available for you guys. So it's participating in those types of things. On Thursday, we don't have any events going on. So this is a time where you can allocate to focus on your business. If you're allocating an hour a day for your Elify business, Monday, you're going to hit the sprint planning call and have a lot of time left over to really focus on your planning and your execution of your plan. Tuesday, you might do training. Wednesday, you're going to do training. Thursday is focus on your business. Friday with the founders is on Friday. This is the collective. Remember, you're in this business maybe for yourself, but not by yourself. So come meet with the collective community of Elify affiliates who are all working together so that we can all see success. That's why we make those available on Friday. And what all of these events lead up to is Saturday's discovery call. This is where Edwin and Michael host a sort of get to know Elify and shuffle, and they do the heavy lifting for you. So one of the things that you could be doing, not just attending the discovery call on Saturday, but is inviting people to come to that discovery call. So again, when we talk about sprint planning this week, how much time are you allocating? What is important now? Michael Ray talks about it. It's the win list of items. WIN, W-I-N, is the acronym for what is important now. Guys, we all have the same 86,400 seconds, right? The same 24 hours every day. But those people who prioritize their time and focus on getting the important things done, as opposed to doing work for work's sake, and I'm going to call people out right now. So many people do work for work's sake. I want to be busy doing something. But is the thing that you're doing actually getting you forward, making forward progress in what you're really trying to achieve? Because think about this. You could eliminate a lot of clutter from doing work for work's sake to be focused on the high priority items that are really going to make you the most forward progress. So we talked about maybe 4 items that are event-based items that you can participate in this week. And there is a card of the schedule of events that will be shared on social media, so you can look at all of the times for those events. I know Kathy's training on Tuesday shifts around a little bit, and she's already posted that. She put that out on Friday at Friday with the Founders. So participate in those. The other items that you do on your own time, guys, that's the important stuff, right? What you do when nobody's looking, right? Nobody's doing this for you but you guys, and you're the one who has the choice to take that action. So think about those things. Are you sharing out your card? Are you sharing out your card every day? Have you made it a habit to be relentlessly consistent about sharing content out to people, or about following up with people, or about adopting the habit of taking a note every time you have an interaction with somebody, or setting a follow-up, or maybe asking somebody for a referral and giving them your card to reshare with somebody else? There are so many of those little types of activities that you could be doing every single day. I know an activity that Guy and I do every day is having a mindset of gratitude and giving some gratitude in the morning, every morning. Again, implement these things and then be relentlessly consistent about it. Even though training with Kathy might happen one day a week, you can do a little bit of personal training in the app every day. Allocate yourself 15 minutes, maybe in the evening after you got the kids down, and you're just settling down and you're playing on your phone. You could be playing around, sending it to yourself, sending it to your spouse, sending it to a friend, and playing with that. Going on YouTube and watching some of the replays of the trainings. There's a whole lot of those Wednesday trainings, or the Friday with the Founders that you could come in, a whole course load of different videos on usage of the app. These are the types of things we're talking about when we're talking about sprint planning. And Guy, I hate to sound like a broken record sometimes, but this is part of what we do when we get on every Monday and we talk about making a plan and then executing our plan, guys. I've gone down and I've written all of my steps down for what I've got as high priority items this week. And Guy and I share those. We'll touch base every morning on those. We'll go through our days. Again, at Friday, after Friday with the Founders, we sort of look at the end of the week. What did we get done this week? Were we relentlessly consistent on doing and performing what we wanted to do? Did we get the secondary and tertiary items done as well? Where could we improve? Again, this is sort of a retrospective that might be done at the end of the week when you've executed your sprint plan so that you can improve each and every week and make more and more forward progress. So, Guy, with that being said, I've been chit-chatting here for about 15 minutes, guys, and this is about as long as it would take to make your entire plan for the week, 15 minutes. And then it's a matter of looking at that plan and saying, okay, what's the number one thing on this plan? And starting off, checking off those high priority items. And when I do my sprint plan, sometimes I'll put a little amount of time that I estimate will be on that item, right? This one's going to take me 25 minutes. This follow-up call might take me 10 minutes. This big sink my teeth into it, it's going to take me 2 hours. And that way, when I'm going through, I want to hit the highest priority item first. But if I don't have enough time to hit it because it's too big, I can either break it into a sizable chunk or use my time to hit the next priority item. But no, I don't want to lose sight of the top priority item. I don't want to put it off, procrastinate. Hit that thing first thing in the morning if you can, and that's what's going to help you make the most progress. So, Guy, with all of that being said, if you have anything to add, feel free. Otherwise, we'll wrap up this sprint planning.
I'll add to it and understand that life happens. And, ER carried a lot last week for us because I caught that stupid coronavirus. And it's real and it sucks. But on the other side of it and looking at this week on what I have to do, I have to take all of last week's stuff, prioritize it, and put it into this week's agenda and understand where elements are going to have to be either moved to the side or placed at a higher priority. Like ER says, understanding and allocating time to something. I think that's something that a lot of people, if you really look at elements on how long it should take you to do something, you should almost cut it in half and be really focused on doing it. And you'll be surprised every time that, here's an hour task. If I say I'm going to do it in 30 minutes, I'm going to be so much more focused on this item. I'm going to have my phone to the side. I'm not going to have any other things up on my other monitors. I'm just going to focus on what needs to be done for the advancement of what we're trying to get done here in Shuffle. So I would say the same thing for everyone trying to advance whatever you're looking to advance is really streamline your focus into those elements and see if you can do it in half the time that you may allocate for it. Because
Guy, if I could add, I got one of these little timer boxes and it has made a game changer for me. If I say, look, I'm going to focus 30 minutes on this activity, I will actually come in and set my timer to 30 minutes and really get laser focused. And Guy, to your point, I have an area, right, where I have no distractions. I've eliminated all of those distractions. I put my phone on mute so I don't get distracted by an incoming text or call or anything like that. And I get laser focused during that time. And you'll be amazed. Sometimes I'll get it done half the time and the time hasn't even come out. Sometimes I realize, man, I got most of it done and I need to add a little bit of time, or I just need to get to a stopping point and pick it back up.
Exactly. So I think that speaks to it all, that understanding how you're going to prioritize, how you're going to put time to elements to be specific on what you're trying to move forward with. The sprint planning elements of how am I going to advance my Shuffle business? How can I advance my Elify business? How can I advance what marketing materials I use on Shuffle to get the word out about my other products and services and opportunities? What's that look like? It's not just going to happen. You're not going to throw it up against the wall and see what sticks. Take those elements and break each one of them down and create some type of content collateral that is relevant to people that you're sending it to. I think so many people, I'll be candid, put a half-ass effort in something and expect that they're going to get something phenomenal in return. I'm going to share my card one time and this is going to get me, 10,000 people sign up. I guarantee this. It's never going to happen. I promise you that. So put some time and effort into building these things. I know ER talks about identify ourselves sort of as like an art gallery and putting something on the walls. Put something on the walls that you're happy of, that you're proud to put out there. if you put that half-ass effort in, you're going to get a half-ass result. And we have people that will spend hours in there, and I have seen cards that make your jaw drop, that people have put in time and effort and have really done some phenomenal things. And I will point to that it's more on the advanced builder. So I would point people more in that direction. If you're afraid of it, don't be. If you can copy and paste and drag and drop, you're well on the way of advancing and being a good designer without having to have a coding background or design background. That we wanted to simplify this thing. We're continually working on simplifying these things. I wanted to see advancements with development that didn't get an opportunity to last week. So there's huge things on our shoulders this week to get a few things move forward. But we're just excited with the opportunity each and every day to have an opportunity come out and talk to you all, for you to be utilizing a solution like Shuffle, and for you to have an opportunity to let others know about this solution as well, because we do have a mission that we will be out there to simplify anyone and everyone's business through marketing. We will be a household name, and with that, it's going to be all done through phenomenal partners, just like everyone who's watching now, who watched early and jumped off, or who are going to watch later.
Yeah, and guys, look, at the end of the day, here's the big secret, okay? Like, lean in close. This is the big secret, guys. There is no easy button. That's the key. It requires work. But if you're willing to put in the action and the effort and be consistent with it, the payoff and what you can achieve will blow your mind. To Guy's point, the people who put in the work on building a card, I'm blown away with some of the cards that I get shared. And I almost have to say, was this built on Shuffle? Are you sure? Because they look so amazing. And I know that can be achieved. For the people who have added massive amounts of business and revenue by using and leveraging Shuffle, and we're talking 6 and 7 figures of business to their existing primary focus. It was done through action. It was done through work. They put in the time, the energy, and the effort, but it yielded the result. The same thing for the affiliates who are cashing large checks, who are making residual income, who have made tens of thousands of dollars by selling a business card, a digital business card, a CRM, by supporting somebody else. They got there because they did the work. They took the actions necessary. It could have been inviting somebody to do a discovery call. It could have been sharing their card with somebody and following up. Any of those little steps, guys, those things, if you take care of the little things, these aren't overwhelming actions that are so hard. It's like, lifting a boulder up a mountain, guys. These are simple actions that you take every day, and you make them a daily habit as you go through and use your app and you introduce and you help people, etc. And then they start to yield those results. And really, it's that action. So ask yourself this question: what action am I going to take today? What actions? And then make a list of those actions. That's what sprint planning is. And then go through that list, that checklist every day, and make sure you're striking through or checking them off and taking pleasure in the satisfaction of knowing that you're making forward progress because you've done the work and because you've taken the action. Participate and lean in. That truly is the secret. And the more that, 1, you do that, and 2, the more that you can help and support others in doing the same thing, that will yield the passive residual income that you're looking for. So with that being said, from Guy and myself here at Elify, we want to wish you a spectacular week. If you do have questions, reach out to us on any of the social stuff, put comments below. We'll make sure we're offering you support. Now, don't forget, the next live event is tomorrow, and it's going to be Training with Kathy. Then mark your calendars for Wednesday for Edge Global Training, the mindset of a champion. And Guy, that mindset of a champion does not sit there and say, hey, I'm not going to practice for the big game. A champion doesn't sit there and say, hey, I'm not going to look at the playbook. They do all the things necessary to plan and prepare so that when they hit the field, they can execute and win like a champion. And I know that's what everybody watching this is. There's a champion within you, and you have what it takes to achieve it. You just need to take action. So with that being said, from Guy and myself here at Elify, I want to thank you guys. Have a great Monday. We'll see you throughout the week. And talk to you soon. I look forward to seeing everybody live on Friday. Take care, everybody. Have a good week. Bye-bye.